itel A70 is here. I have had it for a few weeks, but I have been unable to do a full review because of health issues, which is also why you're not going to see my face in this review. I am Mr. Mobility, and I am here to give you a good rundown of what the itel A70 is like in use. This is an entry-level Android smartphone, of course. The design is lovely. It's quite eye-catching, shiny. People love, good-looking stuff, and this is good-looking. Of course, it is made of plastic. The frame is plastic. The screen is good. Nothing fantastic, but it's good and it works. Okay, so this phone runs Android 13 Go Edition. Like I said, it's an entry-level smartphone, so Go Edition is a version of Android that's stripped down such that it runs smoother on entry-level hardware. Okay, this particular unit has 3 GB of RAM and 128 GB storage. There is another version with 4 GB of RAM and 128 GB storage. The camera in front is an 8 megapixel selfie. At the back, you have a 13 megapixel main camera, and then the secondary camera, just forget about it. It really doesn't do much. So 6.6 inch in size. This is the display. It's an LCD screen, and you have the water drop notch there with your selfie camera in there, and it's powered by a Unisoc T603 processor. On the inside is a 5,000 mAh battery, which is quite hefty enough, and then we have 10-watt charging. Okay, so what's in the box? Okay, the box says 8 GB RAM. As I've explained to you guys again and again, itel and a number of other manufacturers, they add up what we call virtual or extended RAM with the main RAM and then tell you that's the RAM. In reality, virtual and extended RAM does not do, or virtual or extended RAM is not as capable as RAM itself. It gives some support, but it's not mega, right? You're not going to see massive increase in performance because there's extended RAM in your smartphone. So this phone actually has 3 GB proper RAM and then up to 5 GB extended RAM. And well, in my testing, it didn't seem to make any difference between when I had the extended RAM turned on and off. I didn't notice any difference. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that this is a 6.6 inch screen and it has dynamic bar. Dynamic bar is that thing that you see at the top here with the iPhone. It's good for indicating incoming calls or active calls. It's good for notifications and all that. It works well so far as I have seen on this phone. Let's see what else is in the box. There is a plastic case, and this pattern here looks similar to what we see on the Nothing phone. Okay, cool. We have a 3mm audio headset, USB-C cable, SIM card extractor, and the phone charging brick right there. So that's all there is in the pack. It's a good pack. It has everything we're expecting to see in there. So itel says this phone is awesome. I have read a number of things about it, and it almost sounds like the same marketing for the itel S23, which is a fantastic phone really. In reality, the itel A70 is an entry-level smartphone that does the job. It gets the job done. The experience here is completely what you would expect from an entry-level smartphone. Nothing more, nothing less. What does that mean? If you push it hard, it slows down on you. If you push it hard, it stutters. For example, I don't get a lot of my WhatsApp messages unless I actually launch the app before they now begin to come in, before they begin to drop. Meanwhile, on the other phones where I'm logged in to WhatsApp, the messages drop as soon as they come in, whether I open the app or not. It's an entry-level smartphone. The T603 processor is not a powerhouse. I do not know of any entry-level smartphone that has a powerhouse processor. So it's nothing against the itel A70. All entry-level smartphones are like this. It's really difficult to make them perform exceptionally well. So switching through apps, you will notice, if you have used a more expensive smartphone, you will notice the lags, how it's slow in responding, how it takes its time, and all that. But I imagine that the variant with 4 GB of RAM will perform significantly better than this. The user interface, so it is confirmed. itel has brought that new user interface, itel OS, to its entry-level smartphones. Well, it's my opinion that entry-level smartphones should not have to run a user interface, because it's an extra layer of work for the processor to do, and they are already underpowered. Why add that layer of extra work for them to do? So the cameras, the selfie camera, it takes okay photos. You won't be wowed. Nobody is likely to be wowed with those photos from a selfie camera. But the rear camera does a fairly good job most of the times. The interesting thing I observed is that you're better off in very good daylight. Very good daylight, especially outdoors. You take good pictures, portraits, landscapes, and all that. But if you want to take pictures indoors, make them close up, and make sure you have the you see how long it took for the camera to open when I launched it. So make sure that your flashlight is on when you want to take indoor photographs, and make sure they are close-up shots. They come out well. Those photos come out well when the flash is active. The photographs come out really impressively well when they are close-up shots and the flash is active. Anything else is a hit and miss sometimes, especially if the lighting is not good. Make sure your flash is on, and make sure that the subject you are shooting is not far away from you. That's how you get the best photographs from this camera. Okay, 10 watts charging. 10 watts charging. It's not fast, but it's better than no fast charging of any kind. The battery life is good. This phone goes for sometimes a full day and a half of intensive use without before I need to charge the battery. Like I said, the dynamic port works well. For those of you who love that fancy stuff, it works very well. The selfie camera, again, not much, no big deal. The itel A70 really is a good phone. It's a good entry-level phone. The performance is not fantastic. There is no entry-level phone, entry-level Android phone anywhere with fantastic performance. The camera will take good shots if you use it under certain conditions and in certain ways. Audio quality, in-core quality is good. Nothing fantastic, but it's good. It gets the work done. If you're looking for a good entry-level Android smartphone to use, there is nothing that marks the itel A70 down. It does everything it's expected to do in its price bracket. This costs it costs 69,700 right after launch. As we know, the US dollar to naira exchange rate has not been stable, so the prices keep changing. That price may have changed. The version with 4GB RAM will cost a little bit over 70,000 naira, and that will give you better performance. They both have the same processor, they both have the same internal storage, and there is a micro SD slot if you need to increase the storage space. Okay, so this is what we have. The fingerprint scanner is by the side. It works well. I have used it, like I said, for a few weeks. It's a clean design. It's lovely. It's shiny. I wish I had gotten a version that's not black, but black was what I got. Here I am. itel A70. I recommend it. Good entry-level smartphone. If you're looking for something in that price bracket, this baby is yours. Don't forget, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications. I'll be bringing you more smartphone reviews over time. Thank you once again. Have a great day.